Hello students, in this video we will study the last article of unit number 4 of paper MIT, which is uniqueness of extension. So the first theorem is, here in this theorem it is given that the outer measure U star defined on H of R and defined by a measure U on R and a corresponding outer measure defined by U bar on S of R and U bar on S of star are the same. So we have to prove that this outer measure both defined on H of R and S of R are same. That is U star is equals to U bar. So let's start with the proof. We have to prove that U star is equals to U bar. So proof. Now we know that by the definition of measure, this beta star of E can be written as infimum of the set summation n from 1 to infinity beta of En such that E is a subset of union n from 1 to infinity En, and this En belongs to tau. Let this be number 1. Now here this beta is a measure defined on a sigma ring tau. So where beta is measure on a sigma ring tau. Now we replace this En by disjoint set Cn, which belongs to this tau. So replace En by disjoint sets Cn, and this Cn belongs to this sigma ring tau such that Cn is a subset of En union n from 1 to infinity En is equals to union n from 1 to infinity Cn, which is subset of tau, and hence the set summation n from 1 to infinity measure of En, that is beta of En, is greater than or equals to summation n from 1 to infinity beta of Cn, and by subadditive property this is equals to beta of union n from 1 to infinity Cn, which is greater than or equals to beta star of E. But we know that this beta is measurable, but beta is measurable, and so hence the outer measure beta star, which is outer measure, defined by this outer measure is defined by the measure beta, defined by beta on a sigma ring tau, this satisfies the property, or can say this satisfies that beta star of E is equals to infimum of beta of C, such that E is a subset of C which belongs to the sigma ring tau for E being the subset of H of tau. So let this be number second. Now since this H of R is equals to H of S of R, which is again equals to H of S star. So that is the outer measure. To be considered have the same domain of definition. That is U is equals to U bar on R. Since U is measure on R and U bar on S star. So therefore the outer measure to be considered have the same domain of definition. That is U is equals to U bar on R. Since U is the measure defined on R and U bar is the measure defined on S of R. So here this outer measure we have considered on the same domain, which is R, and U is equals to U bar. So hence U star of E, that is outer measure of E, which is equals to infimum of the set summation n from 1 to infinity U of En, such that E is a subset of union n from 1 to infinity En, and En belongs to this R, and this is greater than or equals to infimum of summation n from 1 to infinity. In place of U, we will place here U bar En, such that E is a subset of, here En is replaced by Cn, so n from 1 to infinity Cn, and here Cn belongs to S of R. So which is again greater than or equals to infimum of U bar of C, such that E is a subset of C and the C belongs to S of R. By second, R is a subset of S of R. So which is again greater than or equals to infimum of U bar of C, such that E is a subset of C and which belongs to S star, since S of R is a subset of S star. So this is greater than or equals to U star of E. So we have taken U star of E and we get which is greater than equals to U star of E. So therefore this implies that this U star of is equals to U bar, that is the outer measure, both defined on R and S of R are same. By second, and hence the theorem is proved. Now the next theorem is, if U is a sigma finite measure on a ring R, then it has a unique extension to the sigma ring S of R. So let's start with the proof. Here we have to prove that if U bar is a sigma finite measure on a ring R, then it will have a unique extension. We will consider here, we know that U bar is the extension of U, and we will consider here another extension V, and up till the end of the theorem we will show that V bar is equals to V for the set E on a ring R. So let's start with the proof. So proof, as we know that U bar be a measure on S of R, and this U bar is a extension of U. So which is extension of U. Now suppose that V is a measure on S of R such that U is equals to V on R. Now we know that U bar is equals to V on S of R. Now if E belongs to S of R and we know that E is greater than 0, then there exists a sequence En such that this each set En belongs to this sigma ring R, a ring R, such that E is a subset of union n from 1 to infinity En. Therefore, this U bar of E plus epsilon is greater than or equals to summation n from 1 to infinity U of En, and let this be number 1. Now here A is equals to union n from 1 to infinity En, and this may be written as union of disjoint sets Fn such that each Fn is a subset of En, and Fn belongs to the ring R for each n or for any n. So therefore we have U bar of E plus epsilon greater than or equals to summation n from 1 to infinity U of Fn, which is equals to summation n from 1 to infinity V of Fn, since U of Fn is equals to V of Fn, which is equals to V of A, and this is greater than or equals to V of E. So this implies this U bar of E plus epsilon is greater than or equals to V of So this implies that U bar of E is greater than or equals to V of E since epsilon is arbitrary. Since epsilon is arbitrary. So let this be number second. Now we will prove that V of E is less than or is greater than or equals to U bar of E. So for this, now we suppose E belongs to S of R and U bar of E is less than infinity and epsilon greater than 0, then there exists a set such that A is a superset of E such that U bar of A is equals to U bar of E plus epsilon, and here A is equals to union n from 1 to infinity Fn. Now since Fn be the disjoint set of R, since Fn be the disjoint set of R, so that this U bar of A is equals to V of E. So therefore U bar of E is less than equals to U bar of A, since E is a subset of A. So this is equals to V of A, which is equals to V of E plus V of A minus E. So by the first part of this theorem, we have V of A minus E less than or equals to U bar of A minus E by part 1 of the theorem of this theorem. So, and also that U bar of E is less than infinity. So therefore we have U bar of A minus E less than epsilon. So this implies that U bar of E less than or equals to V of E plus epsilon, and hence since epsilon is arbitrary, this U bar of E is less than or equals to V of E. So let this be number 3, since epsilon is arbitrary. So therefore by 2 and 3, we have here this U bar of E is equals to V of E, and hence U bar is equals to V, and hence the theorem is proved. So here we have completed unit number 4. From next video we will start with unit number 5. Thank you.